All right, guys. In this video, I'm going to be covering how this brand is on track to generate over $30 million and in the most unconventional way, right? And I'm going to be going through exactly what strategy they're using in order to achieve that revenue, alongside how much traffic they're generating, what countries they're targeting, alongside their ads, and talk more about the organic marketing strategy, how they're getting micro influencers to promote their product and their brand. And I'll be going through their website and basically how simple it is that you can, even yourself can replicate that. And I'll be also going through emails, in particular, what their strategy is for emails. And again, it's very unconventional and you can easily copy this as well. So watch this video to the end. Don't skip around and click from one place to another. Watch it to the end because, again, ton of value, and you need to watch all of it so that you can understand every single part, right? So someone recommended this brand to me in the comment section of the video. So if you have any suggestions, or you have any brands you want me to cover, or you have any topics or videos you want me to cover as well related to e-commerce, scaling your brand, getting started, whatever it may be, right? Feel free to comment below. And if you're a brand and you're just starting out, maybe you're doing some revenue already and you're looking for some help, whatever that may be, maybe you want to increase your profits, maybe you want to scale, maybe you just need help with getting started and getting launched, then you can book a call with me and we can go through sort of how I can work with you one-on-one. Or you can go ahead and message me on Instagram and I can talk to you there. So let's get straight into it, right? So this brand called Entire Studios, again, someone commented the brand in the comment section. So that's where I got this brand from. And I was able to find that they are on track to do $30 million in 2024, right? And again, this is not a massive brand. They are not like your Louis Vuittons or your Givenchy's or all these types of luxury brands. But they are in the luxury space, as you can see here. Our aesthetic will always be luxury, but Entire Studios will be accessible. So they are a luxury brand. They do drops. And even Vogue is saying they are the next new unisex brand you should stock, right? So very interesting, right? So, and in terms of what they're doing, right, they're using a unique strategy. But if you don't know me, I've been working with brands for the past 5 years now, right? And I know what works, what doesn't work. And again, you can see my case studies, my results on my Instagram, again, link in this description. But I've been able to work with brands and scale them up quite well. If you see my other videos, the case studies that I have, and I've been able to work with, brands that have scaled quite successfully. So I know what strategies these big brands are using right now, and I'm basically giving you the farm on how you can go ahead and use it for yourself, right? So, like I said, for this brand, Entire Studios are not the biggest brand in the world. You can see they're only generating 35,000 monthly visitors as of June 2024. And again, the bounce rate is 31%. So it's below, it's above average, right? Not a lot of people are clicking away, which is good. And the number of pages per visit is 1.8. So around 2 pages, people are visiting on average. So, and again, they don't have a lot of pages, which you will see later on in this video. They don't have a lot of pages which you can browse around. So it's quite interesting. But yeah, you ideally want this to be as high as possible so that people can go ahead and visit your website and look at all the different products you have. And that shows, or indicates interest in your products and your brand, right? So it's very important that you have this as high as possible. And the visit duration is quite good. So it's around 3 minutes. So people are spending time on the website, even though there's not a lot of information on there compared to other brands that I've covered or that you'll see. So overall, looking good, right? They don't have a lot of traffic, which is quite interesting because, Vogue is saying they're going to be generating $30 million in 2024, right? So obviously not all the revenue is going to be coming from, direct to consumer, i.e. from their website. People just go straight to the website. But actually, it's going to be coming from retailers, right? and I'll cover that in a bit. But in terms of the geography, you can see here 77% of their traffic is coming from the United States. And again, they are based in the United States, so this makes sense. And obviously, you want to be targeting the country where you can make the most revenue, or target a market where you're located in, ideally. And that's exactly what they've gone ahead and done. So no surprises here. Again, they're targeting other British-speaking countries, British English-speaking countries, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Australia, as well. So pretty much standard, and you should do the same as well. If you're English-speaking, if you're French-speaking, target France, Switzerland, etc. Now, traffic sources, we can see here that they have a lot of traffic coming from direct. Almost 50% of the traffic on desktop is coming from direct. And again, as I mentioned in other videos, direct traffic is pretty much traffic where people just go straight to the website. They type it in the URL search bar on their browser, and they go straight to the website. But also, some of that traffic would indirectly come from search or from social. So that also needs to be taken into account. Not all of this traffic is going straight to the website. Some of the traffic will be coming from search or from social, right? So it's important to bear that in mind. And for search, 28%, that includes organic and paid search. And as you can imagine, they will be generating a lot of traffic from organic search because they have a large following, they're running ads, and have good retailer partnerships, which I'll cover in a bit. So also they're doing referrals. Again, this is from, for example, Vogue, for example. They would be a referral because they would put the link of the brand on their website, and they'll go straight to the entire studio's website from there, really. So that's how that works. And obviously, to get referrals, you need to actually go out there and get PR and stuff like that. But for brands that are just starting out or not doing a ton of revenue, this is not really necessary, right? So I would advise that you do that. But obviously, you can do that as an auxiliary sort of like strategy, but it wouldn't be your bread and butter, to be fair. So that's what they're doing. You can see social 4.4%, but they are running a lot of ads. So a lot of the traffic from social will be coming from mobile, as I mentioned in other videos. And here you can see these are the ads. These are just examples because they are running a lot of ads, right? They're running 470 ads in total, right? And again, if you're just starting out, you don't have to run this many ads. If you have a decent budget, then you can run some ads, but even then, you don't need to be running a lot of ads because the goal is to maximize your return on investment. So you want to be running pretty much, a couple of dozen or so, just to see what works, what doesn't work, and then you just scale up what works, right? And I help out my clients out with that as well. But yeah, entire studios running 470, which is quite a bit. And you can see they have a different style to each of the creatives. Here you can see they have some with white background, and the reason for that is because they're running what we call dynamic product ads, and these are ads where they are showcasing. It's sort of like Google Shopping, but on Instagram and Facebook. So when people scroll on Facebook or Instagram, they'll see the product image, and basically they'll be taken straight to the product page and they can go ahead and purchase, right? So it's like Google Shopping effectively, which is why it's so powerful. We can see they do the same thing here as well. And yeah, it's very powerful and something that I always advise brands to go ahead and incorporate into their campaigns because it actually produces quite good results. And it gives you the best opportunity to showcase your products and to maximize conversion rates as well. They're also running single image ads. We can see that they're promoting their D7 drop. They have a model wearing the product, and in sort of like a studio format, which is quite different from this ad where they have a model or like a mannequin wearing the product as well. And you can see they are partnering with retailers such as Mytheresa, again, a famous luxury retailer. So they are leveraging that so they can get more social proof. They can go ahead and generate more conversions just by being affiliated with Mytheresa, right? So that's what they doing, right, on Meta. And again, this strategy is what I've implemented for brands, as I've mentioned previously. For example, this brand generated $385,000 in a 60-day period. I've been able to run Meta ads with them in order to get to those types of numbers, right? So this works, right? They're just implementing, what works. And again, there's no reason why you can't replicate that as well, as long as you have a good product and as long as you have a decent budget, right? So that's what they've done on Meta. But yeah, like I said, they also have partnerships with retailers. So with that, what they do is they go ahead and work with retailers. Again, then they come up with deals in terms of how much inventory they can stock and what price they can stock it at. And then they go ahead and put it on their websites, right? The retailers' websites. And because they generate a lot more traffic, they'll be able to generate a lot of revenue from that too. So obviously that's kind of advanced, and it's not something that you need to do when you're just starting out. But what you can do is basically post consistently on social media like they do, right? Even though they work with retailers and they leverage that, they still post organically on social media. And you can see here, they do that quite well. They have high quality content, right? Whether you're in the fashion, health, and beauty space, regardless of the vertical, regardless of the industry that you're in, you still need to post high quality content of your product with models or lifestyle shoots, whatever it may be. And again, I help clients out with that. But you can see that Entire Studios does that, and they do very well. So here they have 9 posts, but obviously a lot of the posts would be coming from stories. Their stories, they would have post a lot more. They may have deleted some. Some brands like to delete posts, so it really depends. But obviously, a lot of them will also be a lot of the followers will be coming from Instagram boosts. They'll be coming from the retailers themselves, right? Because they're getting a lot of exposure from the retailers. So it's quite a unique strategy that they're using, but you still need to be posting consistently on social media, right? Same thing on TikTok. They post a lot on TikTok. They get quite a few views on TikTok. See 19K views, 10K views, 20K views, right, per video. So that's very powerful as well. And that's something that you should be doing. But also, they get a lot of sort of publicity on social media as well. You can see that they have people, whether it's content creators creating videos, sort of reviewing the products or trying the products on, right? In this case, for fashion brands. And obviously, that's very powerful because it means that you're getting free traffic, you're getting free exposure, and your brand is spreading by word of mouth, right? Which is very powerful as well. So that's what you want to be doing. I'm not 100% sure if they're using influencers or micro influencers or content creators to make content for them, but we can see here that this is pretty much very similar in how they're basically getting people to try on their products and pretty much promote their brand in a very organic way, which is very powerful, right? So obviously, I help brands out with this as well, right? I tell them, okay, you need to, I give them the frameworks in order to get influencers to promote the product or content creators to create content for them, right? So they can post on organic social, right? So that's that's what they've done, Entire Studios, from that marketing perspective. So once the traffic comes from the ads or from social media, they'll be on the homepage, right? And you can see here, they have a very unique, hero image. Oh, this is actually a video, right? They've gone and done videos of the models wearing their products, right? Which is very powerful because it obviously videos are very engaging compared to photos. So you can see that when they do that, people are going to be a lot more engaged, and that's how a lot more people are staying on the website for longer, right? So it's very powerful and something that ideally you can do, but it's not essential, right? This is just sort of like an add-on. You want to focus on the fundamentals, just have very high quality photos or images that you can put on your website, right, as a hero image, and then direct them to a collection page, right? So you can see they directed them to a drop page, My Teresa, uniform, for example, and then we've got like archive, stuff like this. So that's what they've gone ahead and done on the homepage. And on the product page, once traffic gets there, they'll be shown a model wearing the product, and it's all on a gray background, which helps to make the product stand out, right? And you can see they are showing other models wearing the product as well in different settings. So it gives you a better picture of what the product looks like. And as you know, in the fashion, health, and beauty space, return rates can be quite high. So it's very important that you portray the product in the best light and that you showcase the product in as many ways as possible, so that people understand exactly what they're buying, right? You can see they're promoting the sunglasses. The sunglasses is very clear, right? They show it in outside as well of them wearing the product, and yeah, they do that. And again, they have a very simple product page, right? They have product details and a sizing chart, right? They don't have product recommendations, right, which they should do. But in this case, they don't, and I recommend that you have product recommendations, right? The reason they don't have it is because they're not emphasize, they don't have a large emphasis on direct to consumer. They rely a lot more on retailers. So it seems like they're not optimizing the website as much as they need to, right? So that explains why they're not putting all of these features in, which obviously, as you covered in other brands, for example, like Meshki, right? They have product recommendations, as you can see, right? They have you may also like, and then they have pairs well with, right? So that's something that entire studios could have done, but in this case, they didn't do that. But it will help with the average view duration, conversion rates, etc. And then we've got the cart page. They again don't put too much information on the cart page, but you can see here it says shipping calculated at checkout, no returns or exchanges on discount sale items. So they educating the potential customer on what to expect, right? So that's good. And again, these products are quite expensive. They're quite high ticket. So there isn't too much of a need to upsell them on extra products, right? But in an ideal world, you would want to do that. But with luxury items, it's not necessary to do that because £253, like 300 euros or $300, that's already a high AOV order. So obviously, when they purchase, fantastic. Now they are now a customer. Now this is I wasn't able to find emails that they're sending because I suspect that they're not sending out emails, and the reason for that is because they have their other retailers or that they partner with sending out emails on their behalf, right? So they have a very interesting strategy, and like I mentioned previously, they have influence. They have partnerships with retailers, and that's what's being conveyed here. You can see Hypebeast, they are promoting entire studios. As you know, Hypebeast is a very big brand. So yeah, they are promoting the entire studios to their audience. And you can see here, they showcase the product very clearly on a gray background. And again, they give an introduction of the brand. They say the visionary fashion brand releases another quality collection for anyone, irrespective of age, gender, or body type. The drop contains a mixture of jackets, trousers, denim, and dresses in dark hues and muted earth tones, right? So they go and give a description of the brand to their audience. So they are introduced to the brand. They understand what the brand stands for. They understand what the brand is selling. And as a result, they're more enticed to go ahead and click onto the product page and actually go ahead and purchase, right? So that's what I got ahead and done. And you can see this can be very effective. Remember, these are big retailers who have millions of people in their audience. So a lot of people are going to see this, and they're going, obviously, a good portion of them are going to be interested and go ahead and purchase. So that's pretty much how they're going to go ahead and produce high amounts of revenues, because they got massive retailers like your Farfetches, My Teresa's, Hypebeast. You've got Matches Fashion, all these different retailers, luxury fashion retailers, going ahead and promoting the brand. And, you know, as you can imagine, that's going to produce a lot of revenue for them, right? So that's why their projected revenues is going to be 30 million, right, in 2024. So obviously this is different from the other videos and from the other brands that I've covered, but you understand that once you get to a level where you can work with retailers, that you can actually blow up your revenue even more. But obviously you need a foundation, and it's a lot more difficult to work with retailers, especially if you don't have a proof of concept, you don't have any data to give them based on how well you're doing in terms of the brand, the sales, all of that sort of stuff, because they won't work with you if you don't have, the sales to back it up, if you don't have the performance to back it up. So obviously, if you're just starting out or you don't do no revenues, then obviously you're going to have to go the traditional route where you're working with ads, you're doing organic marketing, and you have a very, very strong website that converts very well. And then you have email, infrastructure where you can go ahead and send out emails and SMS to existing customers, right? And prospective customers. So yeah, that's what you need to do. Again, if you need help with anything related to your brand, maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're just doing maybe 10, 20K a month, 30K a month, and you want to get to the next level, maybe 100K a month, 50K a month, whatever it may be, I can help out. Again, you can DM me on Instagram. You can go ahead and book a call below, and I can give you tailored solutions. Again, my sort of basis of work is affordable, right? It's flexible. We can do installments. You can pay up front all in once if you want to, but yeah, we can definitely work together alongside, provide you sort of the frameworks that you need to get to this level, including the creative. Okay, I consult you on this, right? Organic ads, website, email, and yeah, that will enable you to scale in a most predictable way, right? Because again, a lot of agencies fuck up, right? They go ahead and not do all these different things, which is critical for the business, right? They may just focus on ads, right? As you know, a lot of ad agencies, they just focus on ads and they don't take in the whole picture. I take the whole picture because I understand that's important, right? You can't just focus on one area, expect to scale, right? Because then you have very poor creative, organic's not working, website's not working, email's not working. So you need to have everything, right? If you want to get to the next level, you need to have everything because it's very competitive out there. So that's what I focus on with the brands I work with. And again, I've been able to successfully help brands out with this, right? As you can see here, as you can see on my Instagram, if you visit there, again, link is below. But yeah, if you have any video suggestions as well, feel free to comment that below, and I'll ensure that I cover them in future videos, right? I'm very open to that because at the end of the day, I do this for you guys. So feel free to do that. And again, if you haven't watched my other videos, you can go ahead and watch this one where I cover another brand which is doing quite a good amount of revenues, and basically go through the whole strategy on how they're able to do that. So have fun with that, and I'll see you there.